If your product isn't winning the buy box on Amazon, you're leaving up to 80% of your sales on the table. Now, what is buy box? Buy box is basically an add to cart or buy now button on your listing, and it basically dictates if you have different sellers on your listing. The buy box will rotate into different sellers almost every couple of hours. So if you have 5 different sellers on the same listing, Amazon basically decides who to give the buy box on each interval. To win the buy box, you need to keep some of these factors in mind. The first one is the price competitiveness. Amazon prefers those sellers that have lower prices. So for example, if a seller has $30 as a list price and the other sellers are selling at say $35, Amazon will prefer the seller which is at $30 at the lowest price factor. The second thing you need to keep in mind is your stock levels. Stock levels are important because any seller who has more stock will be given preference over those sellers who have less amount of stock. The third factor is your ratings and your feedbacks. And so seller feedbacks really do matter. If you have a good and positive feedback on your listing and your account, overall Amazon will give you more preference when winning the buy box. The last factor is the factor of FBA versus FBM. And Amazon basically likes FBA sellers, to be honest. They give preference to FBA sellers when winning the buy box over FBM sellers almost any time. The shipping speed matters a lot. So if you're a seller who's giving better shipping speeds and less handling time, Amazon will give you more preference. Think of it this way, the buyers will actually prefer the seller with the least amount of shipping time because they'll get the product the faster way, right? And so Amazon will also give you more preference in terms of winning the buy box. I've also seen a lot of sellers who have a lot of different resellers or hijackers on their listing fall into this trap of winning the buy box. And in this trap, you basically just lower down your price until you start winning the buy box, right? And so for example, if there are 5 sellers on the same listing, what you're gonna do is you're gonna start dropping your price until you get the buy box. And the other seller will do the same and you'll both shrink your margins in the process. Now, the best way to tackle this is not to literally have any hijackers on your listing and not to allow them to sell your product. If you're still not enrolled in brand registry, it's an actual issue because these hijackers will keep appearing on your listing almost every time they get the opportunity. And so when enrolled in brand registry, this is one of the biggest benefits that you can kick these sellers out or resellers out whenever you want to. Also, if these resellers are authorized from your end, I would highly recommend that you set MAP pricing with them. So MAP basically means that you set a minimum price with them and they won't cross that price threshold. So for example, if the minimum price is $30, they won't go below $30 just to win the buy box.